you want me to dance?
Very nice. Would it be possible to turn off the light? A little bit more light. That's okay. We have 7 minutes, so I have to. I began studying piano when I was 6 years old, so I learned to read music almost at the same time I learned to read and write. And very soon I became very attracted to composing music as well. So at the same time I was practicing piano, and then I started to compose my own pieces of work. So when I was 8 years old, I composed my first composition, which was very simple, very infantile. I call it something like the Spanish song. It's something like this. Then when I was 12 years old, I had evolved a little bit more, so I began to make more complicated pieces of work. So I composed this composition, which is called, I call it The Storm. It's more like a classic or Beethovenian style. When I was 14 or 15 years old, I realized that passion also existed, romanticism also existed, and girls existed in the world as well. It's when I met Chopin, which is very passion, very romantic, and I met also a girl, and I composed her a very romantic song. I called it Romanza in F minor, something like this. And then when I was 14, 15 years old, at that time I had performed a couple of piano concerts. I went to some TV shows, but then I had to take a very tough decision. I had to decide if I wanted to be a professional piano performer in the future or not. Most of professional piano players, they have to take this decision before 16, 15 years old, because you have to drop school, go to special schools, and dedicate 100% to the piano. I think it's a very tough decision for a teenager, for a 15 years old guy. So at the same time, I'm also very attracted to very other things in life. So I decided not to do it and to keep the piano as a hobby and move on. And I totally don't regret that, because I'm very obsessed myself, so probably I would have become a slave of the piano. I'm pretty sure about that. So I decided to make the piano my slave and not vice versa. So I went to school, I studied economics, then I went to Oxford, did my MBA there. When I was at college studying economics, I also did a minor in music, in theory of music and composition. Then my MBA, I began to work. I met my wife. We got married. We started a family. I have already 4 kids. I had my failures, professional failures and professional successes. As a failure, I was fired. I went bankrupt. Then I started my own business. I founded a radio show. And well, when what else do I have? 1 year ago, we had to take a very difficult decision, which was to come here to Stanford with my own family, with 4 kids and everything. So we decided to come here and took this advantage, this challenge. I couldn't bring my Steinway grand piano, but instead of that, I got this creepy sort of piano. And about 4 or 5 years ago, when I was starting my new business, I was totally bankrupt, and I had to give my wife a Christmas present. I had no money, so I decided to compose her a composition, and I want to share it with you. It's called For Anna. It's a 3-movement piece. I'm only going to play the first compasses of each movement, because if not, we will be here until 2 o'clock. Okay. Okay, so the first part of the first movement. The second movement. Let's go for the third and last one.